Happy Sunday, folks. Welcome back to another episode. I'm glad that you could join me for this episode. We, as in myself and my dad, we got out and did some fishing, and it was the first time that him and I have been out in, I guess, about a year. 8 months, something like that. But we did a lot of work to the boat this early spring, and we decided we were ready to go out and try to catch some fish. Now, some great friends of mine were leaving the lake and headed home and stopped by to talk to us and tell us where all the fish were hanging out, and I sure am glad that they did. We went over to a spot that's been it's normally not underwater, that was underwater this time of year right now because of all the rain that we've been getting. And so we were basically in a willow tree flat. It was flooded, and we were in probably 4 or 5 foot of water, and we fished and fished and fished. And that morning, well, I say early, it was mid-morning, and we didn't have any luck, didn't even get a bite, so we left, and Dad and I decided to try fishing for some black bass. And I think we fished till probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon, from noon till 3, or maybe 11 till 3, and we caught 10, 15 black bass, and some were some pretty good size. I didn't do any filming, and that at that time it was terribly windy, and we were catching a fish every 30 to 45 minutes, so it was slow, and it was just hard to film. And again, like I said, it was super windy, and so I didn't want to have all this wind-blown footage. It wasn't any fun to watch. But like I said, later that afternoon we went over to that willow flat and just had an absolute ball in the last 2 hours of daylight. None of the stripers and the sand bass that we were catching were big enough to keep and put in the live well, which was unfortunate, but you know what? It's fun to go out and have some fun every once in a while. I know that I threw a lot of fish catches in there, and it was a bunch. I think in the last 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes or so, I started counting the fish that we were catching, and I think I got up to like 22 or 23 fish, and for an hour and a half it was just non-stop. Just every single cast you were catching a small striper or a small sand bass, and it was an absolute blast. Now, I know in my last fishing video I told you guys that I was going to do a little bit better job of filming the fish catches, and my GoPro chest mount does a good job of catching what's basically down at your feet. I mean, it's alright, but it doesn't get a high enough angle up in the air that I would like. And so I wore the GoPro head mount, and if you guys like the head mount better than the chest mount, then drop a comment down below and let me know. It was kind of I really wasn't planning on filming pretty much all day long, and I didn't, and there in the last 2 hours I decided we're catching the fish, we're smoking them, so I better throw my head mount on. That's why there's not a whole lot of b-roll. It's just a real laid back, nice, fun little video. There's not any intros, and there's not an outro, as we're traveling and on the water and stuff like that. And like I said, I wasn't planning on filming unless we got into a bunch of fish like that, and we ended up getting into a bunch of them. And so I'm glad that I threw the GoPro on and put this video together for you guys. I really did enjoy it, and Dad and I had a great time. There's one way out there. The fish was way out there. tree. Little striper. That's a good fish. Unless he's foul hooked. Sure is fighting hard. Bigger striper. Mm-hmm. Yep, there's another one. Oh, he come off. No, he didn't. He's still there. It's a sand bass. Dang it. Dang. I did it again. Look at this. I've done it with sand bass. I did it with sand bass a couple weeks ago. That's a little sand bass, isn't it? I hope that before this weather gets too much hotter and the fishing bite kind of starts to slow down, I hope that you guys will take the opportunity to get out and do some fishing yourselves. I hope that I can use this video to encourage you guys to hit the water, and whether it be a stock tank or a lake, or you're bank fishing, or get on a boat or kayak or whatever it may be. I hope that I can use this video to encourage you guys to get out there and take advantage of some tasty fish. Unfortunately, all of these were too small for us to keep, but that's alright. I will be going out after some larger fish here very soon. I got to restock on my fish supply, getting a little bit low. As a matter of fact, I think I'm actually out. So stay tuned for that video. I'm also going to be doing some bow fishing this week. Just remembered a spot that is a great little spot for this time of year, and the carp are spawning right now, so it's gonna be a good time. Be on the lookout for some bow fishing videos. Be on the lookout for some hog hunting videos, because the hogs have moved back in and they're pretty dang thick right at the moment, and we're gonna do our part in reducing that number here on this particular piece of property. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also hit the notifications bell right there next to it. You guys are awesome. I hope that you'll continue to watch the fishing videos, even though they're not always the best. I will promise to make them better. And then I'll see you guys in just a couple days.